Hello and welcome to the Men's Division II bronze medal match here in Houston, Texas. SaberCat Stadium, Field 2. We got Grand Valley State versus UNC Wilmington. Both of these games, teams fought really hard in semifinals on Friday. Came up short, but there's still hardware to play for today. Lance, what a matchup we got.
We're looking at two teams with a lot to prove. Showed up really well on that Friday, but unfortunately, the scoreline didn't go their way. But there's so much to fight for, building on to next year, and for these seniors, going out with a win. As we look to Grand Valley, 8-2 through the year, their point differential significantly leaning in their direction, able to put up 303 points in 10 games. Absolute tear. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done Friday against Chicago. 26-42 a loss, but able to beat Central Michigan, Ferris State, and pretty much take a rule control over Michigan, which is very important for Grand Valley.
Let's take a look here at the lineups. Grand Valley has some excellent players here. Crum in the second row had a great day yesterday. Hayden Crum, 6'2", out of the computer science major out of Troy, Michigan. Orlando is very fantastic up there at Loosehead as well. Take a look at the backs for Grand Valley State. You'll notice Reinhard Stipp is out. He's their star scrum or fly half. He got hurt on Friday. Won't be seeing him today. But some fantastic players there as Noah Kuzmierski comes in, the local from Granville High School in Granville, Michigan, to take his place. All right. And, of course, we're going up here against UNC Wilmington. Talk to us about their season, how they got here, Lance.
Now, this team was the number 2 side in the nation, clearly content to be on the path for a national championship. Win against the buzzsaw known as Vermont. Unfortunately, 8-1 on the season. Point differential heavily leaning towards this UC Wilmington side. Like I said, lost Friday 11-22 to Vermont, but wins against Memphis, Salisbury, and Eastern Michigan. Appalachian along the way solidified their strength throughout the year.
And we're away here, guys. That's all right. We've got a little bit of an early jump to it here in Grand Valley, and the Lakers are off and running, moving from left to right. Grand Valley State in blue, UNC Wilmington in all white. Grand Valley building some phases in the middle of the field. Keep an eye out for Michael Zua, number 23, the prop from Grand Valley State. When he makes a play, it's usually pretty impactful. Wins the gain line with a nice carry there, Zua. Nice half break there from Grand Valley State. Keeping it tight, just some bangers around the ruck. Loose ball in the breakdown, not great ball security from the Lakers. They've got a penalty advantage, it looks like, as they find Zua. He'll soak up, looks like 3 Seahawk tacklers. Hayden Crum with the big carry. A box kick doesn't go exactly right for Augustus Ripple, but there was a penalty advantage on, and the Lakers are going to take advantage.
Yeah, and already UNC Wilmington have figured out a way to stay strong up front defensively, giving away a little half break off a solo effort carry, but for the most part, able to
trying to feel their way through the early Sunday morning, Lance. It can be tough to play a season-ending game on Friday, then get up and play again on Sunday. Seeing some uncharacteristic mistakes like a missed kick to touch. Oof. Marshall Wiseman, the scrum half, good stuff behind the gain line. But offsides were the Lakers who did it, so it's going to be a penalty here to Wilmington. You got to think they'll take some territory. The wind's really whipping here in Houston, Texas today. Was not a factor Friday or Saturday. It is cold, it is windy, and it will be a factor all day today.
Yeah, it had a real effect on the bronze medal match in Division 3 today. Kicking was at a premium going from left to right. So as we see now, the Seahawks now have an opportunity to set themselves up. Offensive structure, first real hands on the ball here today.
You got the scrum half with the throw in here. That's the coach's son, of course. Philip Glennon with the carry on the first phase. Maxton Buckingham gets it out to William Patience. A nice carry from James Buckingham. We got the Buckingham brothers. We got the Wiseman brothers. It's a family affair in Wilmington. This Grand Valley defense is doing a great job of putting a wall in front of Wilmington's runners. And Maxton Buckingham can run into a wall a time or two in his day. There he goes again. This time it's Adam Capel, the number 8. Wiseman was a quick ball this time, going to the second layer of attack. And that's his brother Sam Wiseman, the fly half. You got brothers at 9 and 10. This smothering Grand Valley State defense is a bit over the line there for the referees. There's going to be another penalty for Wilmington. Aggressive, effective, but a little bit illegal, Lance.
Yeah, and the high tackle being called, you definitely don't want to get those kind of penalties in the first 5 minutes. But Grand Valley State's defensive line has been absolute fluid for this first bit of time. Really bringing the noise and bringing the pressure, trying to close the door to keep it from going outside.
Not a lot of territory gained, as we mentioned. It's absolutely crazy wind. You can see the touch guy's flag. So we'll make the throw in here difficult as well for Wiseman. Got a pot of forwards set up deep there on the first phase for Wilmington with the fly half behind it. Wilmington takes the short option, nice and safe in this whipping wind. Wiseman to Daniel Marsh. Wiseman to Kerry Cortez. Aiden Reddick finds some space on the wing. Wilmington starting to build some phases and get some offensive momentum. John McAllister with the carry. It's going to take a few Lakers to bring him down. They still haven't. An engine room really getting some work. James Buckingham, the other lock. And Wiseman just got a little too fast for his own good. His brain working faster than his hands. Knocked on that pickup, and it's going to be Grand Valley scrum with their heels on their own try line.
Yeah, and Grand Valley has so much to be proud for. There were so many towering runs by this Wilmington side. Multiple runs going over 10 meters after first contact. And right at the last bit, at the last point in time, Marshall Wiseman couldn't keep clean hand on the ball. And unfortunately, that results in a turnover. Grand Valley need to clear their lines and establish they'll play tactically and territorially for this match.
You got to think the wind's going to help them with that. UNC Wilmington, I don't think they usually like to carry the ball that many successive phases, but kicking's not much of an option for them until the second half.
And it's going to really rely on their ability to hold on to the ball, preserve ball with carry, so that they can establish needing to kick when the opportune time and elements help them out a little better.
Grand Valley's going to be under pressure here. The number 8 is inside his own defensive 5 meters, so there's not a lot of room for the kickers. We do have deep try zones here in Houston. Grand Valley's going to choose for a phase and try and build some space. This is a danger area for Grand Valley if UNC Wilmington can put bodies around the ruck. Nearly charged down. He gets the kick off. And we got Aiden Reddick attacking the wing through the middle of the field. Sam Wiseman assessing his options. Finds Nicholas Strachan, the flanker, 6'2". But a knock on there. You got to the ball carrier's job's not done until the scrum half takes it away. And he did not do a great job of securing that recycle for his team.
And I believe that's the second time. That's the second time that Wiseman's put hands on the ball, pulled it away to get play going and progression going, and maybe the ball carrier is just holding on to it a little bit too rough and keeping them from having clean pull away. And unfortunately, that's 2 turnovers back to back.
That's rugby's version of the butt fumble, and Wilmington is fumbling their way through the early moments of this bronze medal match. Yeah, Grand Valley State with the scrum to reset the play. Not a lot of offense for the Lakers so far. Let's see if they can get some momentum going. Tough to do with the drop. It's going to give UNC Wilmington a great attacking platform about 25 meters from the line. That's a real turn of momentum, Lance.
Yeah, and I think this just the weather really affecting everything. Passes, kicks, and in that case, the ball just seemed to drop off the table as it was passed. Looked like it was going to be waist level, then all of a sudden he's reaching around his ankles and shins, and unfortunately, you know, those mistakes, especially deep in your own end, is not helping Grand Valley. 0-0 still, but you're giving this Seahawks side so much confidence.
Let's see what the Seahawks can cook up here. They got plenty of space left and right. Wiseman decides to keep it. Had a dummy runner in front of him. He gets through the line. Does he have support? He does. Maxton Buckingham is on scene. Daniel Marsh moves it wide to the wing. And eventually William Patience dots it down. We've got our first score of the game. UNC Wilmington taking the lead.
Patience is a virtue, and being available at the very end after a well-worked bit of play. Wiseman sneaking through with that line out the back of that crash runner. And once he was through, he almost scored himself, but ball passed through the hands. Cortez getting his hands on it. And multiple players getting
play
their hands
there from the Seahawks.
Yeah, Strasberry getting his hands on it. They just found the ball to the space and got the points for it as a team.
Patience, for a guy named Patience, he runs pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's always in a hurry. What a name like Patience to run so fast. I don't know.
He was a real danger guy in the Friday semifinal. He was in that controversial play at the end, the coach's challenge that really sealed the deal to end UNC Wilmington's season.
Yeah.
But he rebounds here on Sunday with a nice try.
Yeah, and it's good to get points early, especially in a match with the elements. Who knows as a winger if the ball's going to find its way all the way out to the edge to you. So it's nice to get those early touches and state your presence in a match.
Absolutely. We've all, I've never been a wing, but Lance, I imagine you've had many a game where the ball didn't get to you. You got to take your opportunities as they come.
Yeah, you got to look for work. It's one of my coach's favorite phrases. Go look for work. Go find it on the other side of the field. Find it in rucks. You know, if the ball's not coming to you as a wing, get yourself involved. That's the freedom of being a wing as well.
Maxton Buckingham taken down by the Field 2 turf here in Houston, but wins the bit of contact against the Lakers and charges forward. Great line speed from the Lakers. Their first bit of contact continually well behind the gain line. Little Gregan line there for the Seahawks. Marshall Wiseman looks like he's going to play it wide, gives it back inside. Wiseman moved out to Cortez. And the fullback, Kyle Irwin, getting involved. What a low tackle there from Grand Valley State. Aiden Riley was tackling from his knees, but effectively so. And now Wilmington finds Maxton Buckingham in space. He's going to be a problem. Seahawks effectively working through their 1-3-3-1, and that's a tight head prop. Remington Roderick with a great carry. Fantastic line speed from the Lakers, putting pressure on that second layer of attack. The Seahawks, 20 meters behind the gain line. They lose the ball. Nicholas Strachan down on it. They're able to maintain possession, but they lost a ton of territory. And that's why kicking's not a great option for them. Wiseman kicks it, attempts the box kick, goes backwards, has to catch his own ball. Literally 40 seconds ago, the Seahawks were at the 50 meters line and attacking.
Just an unfortunate turn of events. But they found a way through.
A break there from the second row. John McAllister offloads, and I think that's the hooker, Davis Keel, trying to find McAllister on the give and go. But it's a forward pass. What a turn of events. The Seahawks never lost the ball. Went from attacking on the 50 to back to their own 5. Then into the attacking 22 with a ball lost forward. It's going to be a Grand Valley State scrum.
That right there is a series of plays you rarely ever see. The kick going backwards and re-catching it by the same kicker. That's one for you already. But to be able to grind forward, break the line, and turn what looked like leading up to tragedy into an amazing opportunity. Unfortunately, couldn't get ball back in the hand on this pass. But man, so much grit and determination to remedy what going backwards so far.
Some great ball skill there by the second rower, John McAllister, and the hooker, Davis Keel. Good open play. Grand Valley State wins the scrum. Now they're on attack. Let's see. As we mentioned, they haven't had hardly any offense. Box kick, charge down, and UNC Wilmington's going to be on the attack again. That's James Buckingham. Good line speed from the Lakers. Good low chop tackle from Evan Farber. This time it's Tyler Costello getting up and getting in the face of UNCW, but we've got a penalty advantage. Wiseman says we'll chip this thing ahead and see if we can maybe get a score, but it doesn't go well. They're going to bring it back to the advantage. Great play by Wiseman.
And just back and forth energy. Grand Valley having an opportunity to get the ball. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it. Wilmington gets their hands back on it. And with a simple penalty, going for gold. I love the idea of using this as a free play. That offside so clear. And just a choice to go for the kick. That's just great IQ.
Smart rugby. Oh, they're choosing a scrum. Look, that wind is insane, and they're kicking against it. We have seen a couple of their kicks already go backwards. So maybe they'll save the kicking options for the second half. But a scrum center is still a really difficult play to defend. Especially with this. I mean, to be 5 meters back from that scrum, you're only 10 meters from your own goal line. Should be able to get a numbers advantage to the right or the left here, Lance.
And it depends on how they attack. An 8-man pick in these situations are devastating, especially going to that open side. Ball back out of the tunnel and the referee spots it and calls it. But the 8-man pick to the right here, it just creates a player imbalance. It's going to take Grand Valley to essentially treat their scrum half as an extra defender, stop worrying about pressuring their opposing scrum half, and just picking whichever side the ball goes to cover that space. But an 8-man pick to the right side could spell trouble for Grand Valley if they don't cover it correctly.
First things first, Wilmington has to win the scrum. The Lakers have put him under a little bit of pressure. Tight head prop Michael Zua does not like to go backwards. We got inside center with a really confrontational run. That's Daniel Marsh. To Buckingham. He escapes 2 tacklers and gets across the line. The second score of the game. The Seahawks up 10-0.
And just, well, we're going to the left side, and just an absolute confrontational approach by this Wilmington side. They went right into the chest of the defense, able to shrug a few players off, and immediately the space was there on the bottom of our screen. And just like that, going from their own try line, and a few touches of the ball later, find themselves on the doorstep to score and converts. And Buckingham would not be denied multiple defenders having a shot, but no shot tackling him, especially with that much momentum going forward.
Yeah, that Grand Valley State defensive line has had great integrity and consistency all game. They got a little bit out of sorts on that play, and Buckingham found space and took advantage of it. You look at kind of the meat of this pack for Wilmington. James Buckingham, 6'6", John McAllister, 6'2", Maxton Buckingham, 6'4", Nicholas Strachan, 6'2", Adam Capel, 6'1", and they're just eating hard-charging carries from those big bodies over and over. That's hard to do. So if I'm UNC Wilmington, just keep building those phases, and you're going to be able to convert that pressure into points as long as you have good ball protection.
Yeah, they've shown that too. They've resourced the rucks appropriately, and the Buckingham brothers are putting their stamp on this game. I know their father, Coach James Buckingham, is proud to see these gentlemen deliver size for the team, but also show it in force.
Nuck if you Buckingham, Lance. That's what I always say. We got a line out here for Wilmington. Deep in their own end. This is a great opportunity for Grand Valley State. Put some pressure on this thing. There's a lot of wind. It's a tough skill to execute a line-out throw. They went short last time, so you're ready for that if you're Grand Valley State. Even if they get the clean line out, pressure the kick.
Yeah, and Grand Valley has definitely brought the tempo on line speed. They're going to continue that pressure.
Well, cleanly taken there by Wilmington. Go out to the forward pod. Maybe a bit of obstruction they're getting away with. Not getting away with. Huge opportunity here for Grand Valley State. Looks like kicking is not even a thought here. They're going to pot it up and run right at these guys. Aiden Riley with a big carry for the Lakers. This is about as much offense as we've seen from them already. Jaden Azorio moves it out. He's playing scrum half today. Constantine First Mansrife is playing fly half. Those guys are both out of position, so if the Lakers offense is working a little bit slowly today, that might be one of the reasons. Michael Zua with the carry. Hayden Crum trying to find some yards. Nice pick, opportune pick there from Tyler Costello. He gets it down. Grand Valley State's first score of the game. The Lakers are on the board.
And I mean, what a moment to show up. What a moment to be opportunistic, ball available, and just an absolute monstrous run, keeping a few players off. And just like that, Grand Valley strikes back. And the question was, do they take that penalty and go for 3? No, we'll go right away, right on attack. Crum with a great carry. And with that A-gap not held down, just an absolute monstrous left-hand
Great vision there by Costello.
Yeah.
He got to the ruck, saw there were no threats, saw some space. Nobody was looking at him. He was technically not bound in, scooped that ball up and went.
But I believe that's Kelrose Norman, 16. He's second rower for this side. Yeah, it's Kelrose Norman, the physical therapy senior, putting in points for the side. And just an absolute monstrous
You're
fin.
right. I apologize, fans at home.
And just an absolute monstrous fin. He had the space, had the momentum, had the presence of mind. And that's what Grand Valley needs more of, making the most of these mistakes from this Wilmington side.
Well, it's a one-score game now here in Houston, this bronze medal match. 10-5. Conversions are going to be tough to come by in this wind. Wilmington taking possession of the attacking end. A little bit of pressure in the breakdown, but they secure the ball. Eat some more of this big second row, they say. John McAllister with a nice carry. Grand Valley State starting to get pretty contentious in the breakdown. And the pressure adds up to some bad skills there from Wilmington, so it's going to be a scrum. No, we had a penalty advantage on. There's the counter ruck. The carry from McAllister. And it looks like offsides there on Zua. Is going to bail out Wilmington. And we got a yellow card for repeated offsides. They're going to send the captain, Aiden Riley, to the bench.
Yeah, and that is the last thing you need once you get points and start crawling back into this game. Had a bit of momentum. Couldn't secure the ball early off a kickoff. And with this yellow card, I mean, it just adds to this Grand Valley issue.
Really stinks as a captain. He's not the one committing the infringements or penalties, but he's got to take the 10-minute break for the team.
Yeah, and if you're the latest one to do it, you did all of them essentially to the ref, right? You were the one. You were the catalyst. So, unfortunately, got to take that break.
That's it. It looks like they're going without an 8-man maybe at the back of that scrum. It's tough to tell. The Seahawks finding a lot of space, and it's Wiseman. Sam with the stiff arm. Presents the ball back, and the Seahawks are tails up just a few meters from the try line. Yeah, Buckingham over the ruck, and then Buckingham with the carry, and he finds it, dots it down. Took 2 Lakers with him like backpacks.
Yeah. I think it's appropriate, Nuck, if you Buckingham, because there was no one that were going to stop him to get in that try. He says he's eating, and he reached over defenders. It was a try of absolute will. He knew he wanted it more than the next person was willing to do to stop him. The pick, shoulder one over the top of another, hand down to support himself, and the reach and grounding is an absolute monstrous beast of a try.
3 Lakers touched him on that run. 4 had a chance to do something to him, and none of them could.
And I mean, that's just player for player. I'm bigger, stronger, better. And you know, those moments happen, especially in this college landscape. It's so many stud athletes fall through the cracks from football or find rugby through wrestling. You might just find yourself across from a guy that's been well prepared for years to play such a physical game.
Buckinghams, of course, are coaches' sons, just like the Wisemans, and their dads were rugby players, so they're second-generation rugby guys. It's kind of baked into their blood.
And I mean, the presence right here. So many players on Grand Valley still organizing on that left side. And it looks like multiple players had a shot before he can really build his momentum, but it just wasn't enough.
Doesn't help that Aiden O'Reilly's sitting on the sideline over there taking a timeout. One of the bigger, badder Lakers on the lineup today. We'll have a second row who can drop kick. We got Hayden Crum with the restart. A booming kick deep. Wilmington returns it with a kick of their own. I'd say that Crum won that kicking battle. Grand Valley State's going to have a line out about 35 meters from pay dirt.
Yeah, and this is going to be a gut check moment. You're down a player, down 2 tries, or at least 2 scoring opportunities. You got to set this lineup outright, especially with these windy conditions. And if they can retain the ball and really grind a little bit, they can put themselves in a very advantageous position.
Yeah, possession is key here. You got to win the line out first. It's a knock-on by Wilmington, so there is a scrum advantage to Grand Valley, which is what we'll come back to. Usually when you have a pack player in the sin bin, you send a back into the scrum to give you at least a full 8 pushing against another 8. Grand Valley State went with 7 last time. Let's see if you really need an 8-man back there on offense, especially.
Yeah, it's just going to force the scrum half to have. Yeah, he's going to have to work extra hard and discipline if the ball bounces around or finds itself loose. He's going to have to be on the spot right here in order to contain the ball. And maybe with the new scrum half rules, he'll have a bit more time, though.
Let's say that one was wheeled. We'll come back and put it again for Grand Valley State.
Yeah, it looks like he'll have a bit more time since the scrum half can't move past that center line. So maybe the 8-man removed is the smarter pick because he'll have time to control the ball and make the pass he needs. But they are missing those options, knowing there's no 8-man pick on the board here.
8-man's job is a lot of times just to settle that ball. Obviously, they got to help win the scrum, but just to make it a clean ball and picture for the scrum half to pick it up from. He does a great job, though, there and gets it. Second layer of attack to the fly half. We're moving. It was Noza Kuzmierski with the carry. And Kairos Norman, we've seen him. He's got that tough, stiff arm. He shows it again. Crum against Buckingham. That's a run it straight challenge I would watch all day. Got some kind of advantage on to Grand Valley. Kairos thinks about passing, eats it anyways. Lucas Francis, the inside center, charging. He's got his opposite in a headlock. Kairos Norman, he is making some great gains here for the Lakers. All of a sudden, they're on the doorstep of their second try. Zua takes a lot of effort from Buckingham to put down. We're going to come back to a penalty advantage. Looks like Wilmington had a clean poach there, but offsides against the Seahawks. So Grand Valley State is going to have a kicking opportunity, a scrummaging opportunity. Let's see what they're going to do.
I doubt that they go to the kicking because of these elements. It's still an option, though. But Norman, multiple carries throughout this phase build-up. You have props being dragged along, wingers being carried. Man, he looks absolutely unstoppable once he gets his head of steam.
Looks like we're going to set this thing up and run it. Unfortunate there. The knock-on by Norman. He's done so much work, but could not haul in that pass. So we'll be UNC Wilmington with the scrum. Got a substitute here as UNC Wilmington's going to bring on Bennett Rusmazel. the sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's usually a pretty big impact player for them, so I think that might even help their pack a little bit. Got a scrum penalty against the already down Lakers, playing with 14. And Wilmington's discussing right now, the Wiseman brothers, are we going to kick this thing? It's pretty hard to get it out of bounds. And they don't. The Lakers are on the move. Great scoop up by the fly half. He offloads it. Great pressure. That's Buckingham with a positive tackle behind the gain line. Norman. Said his name a lot. He is really putting in some work. Zuaruk so far past the breakdown that time that it opened up an opportunity for Wilmington to jump in and get a poach. So we've got a penalty going the other way here. This win is making it tough for either team to build any kind of momentum, Lance.
Yeah, it's just harsh, especially when you get a penalty, the team makes a critical mistake, and you can just gain 30 meters immediately and a real opportunity to flip the fields. But unfortunately, it's just not happening. And right there, it looks like a seatbelt tackle on Norman as he lowers his body height going to that contact, and these players are grabbing it around his shoulders. And unfortunately there, player on the ground playing with the ball, and the referee is going to call that every time. Not releasing.
No margin for error when you have to just carry phase after phase after phase without any kicking relief, and that's what both teams are having to do today. Lakers got to be getting close to being back to full strength, I would think, but they're still down a man coming into the scrum. Outside center Drew Bain was a real danger man for them on Friday. We haven't called his name much. They haven't gotten the ball in his hands yet. Wilmington wins it. Wiseman finds his centers. Cortez flips it out, and now the outside backs have plenty of space here. Michael Shrewsbury up the sideline, and he is going to score. That's going to be 2 tries for Wilmington. Aiden Reddick, I apologize.
No, that's Martin Shrewsbury. That's Michael Shrewsbury.
All right, Martin Shrewsbury. I may have had already.
But rolling down the sideline.
Wilmington is in for another score, yeah.
Did you see how they worked to try, able to bring in multiple defenders? Even when passes were behind some of these attackers, they still were able to maintain control and keep the play flowing to the sideline. Unselfish on the touchline, giving the ball away to the teammate. He was able to fend off the fullback and make the last bit of work. You see number 11, Strasberry, getting the ball from an easy pass, and it's just too much speed, too much space, as Kyle Irwin puts his teammate away, and that's just a great fullback-winger connection.
As little back play as we've seen today, I'm really impressed by Reddick and Shrewsbury and Irwin to stay alert and convert on one of the few opportunities they've had.
Yeah, and, you know, they don't come around that often, so when they do, you make the most of them. A fin and a run down the touchline, blazing run down the touchline, and able to turn the corner and make the conversion easier, which is good. Everything working out for UNC Wilmington. And just 2 hands on the ball, forcing that outside defender to hold that space. And once Irwin gave the ball to Strasberry, it was 5.
UNC Wilmington taking a pretty commanding lead here as we get ready to close out this first half in the Division II bronze medal match. Crum had a great restart. that gave Grand Valley State some good field position last time. Another great one. Buckingham took it in but stepped on the line, and the Lakers had the ball again.
And it just seems to be a back and forth with this momentum. One team does something great, scores some points, makes a great opportunity, can't fully handle the kickoff. You know, it's just these little things that just really kill momentum. And instead of you breaking the game open, you find yourself in a dogfight for a full 80.
We got O'Reilly back on the field. So Grand Valley State's back to 15. Norman with another carry. Kuzmierski, good hands. Almost throws an interception, but it was a knock on, and we'll have a Grand Valley scrum.
Yeah, and Grand Valley again, time ticking down in this half. And really a time to take advantage of some of these elemental situations. And that right there, grabs that with two hands. Good call, just calling the knock on and not intentional or not giving a penalty. But that could have went the other way. Thrown right into the breadbasket. Just couldn't able to gather.
Yeah, if Daniel Marsh was able to bring that one in cleanly, he'd probably still be celebrating the try. Pressure in the scrum from UNC Wilmington, but Grand Valley gets it away. Kuzmierski. Get it in for the good dirty work from the fly half to get in for the ruck as well and earn the penalty. Kuzmierski with the quick tap. Finds Joseph Petz, the fullback, but Wiseman rips it away, and now Wilmington's in the attack. Buckingham trying to carry the Lakers 80 meters. We've got a break. Wilmington tails up again. That's Kyle Irwin, I believe, the fullback. Last time he dished off and got the assist, he said, this time I want to do the scoring. I'm not sure, was that a moose? What were those moose antlers? What was that celebration, Lance?
5 points for sure. I mean, now the entire back three have found a way to get into the try zone. Seeing the space on the outside, that fake kick brought in so many defenders that the pass didn't need to be skipped. Just directly put the hand. And once the space was seen, it was a foot race. Kyle Irwin, he won that foot race and grabbed 5 points for his side.
Gotta love it. What a play by the Wilmington, who are separating going into the break here. 3 straight tries from them. 2 of them while Grand Valley State captain Aiden Riley was in the sin bin. This one while the Lakers were at full. All the momentum going to Wilmington right now.
Yeah, just well-deserved. They figured out a way to stifle them offensively, not allow Grand Valley to get from edge to edge, maximizing what this weather is doing for them. They don't have to play the tactical kicking game, but they can threaten it, and it opens up so much space for them.
Great play there by the fullback. What a score. Give you a score update from inside the stadium here in Houston. The men's Division III National Championship game, Franciscan Barons up 14-12 over Slippery Rock. About 8 minutes to go in the first half of that one, and we got Maxton Buckingham. He takes this one cleanly and dares a couple guys to tackle him. Wiseman attacking flat until he sees a little space with the chip ahead. Oh, James Buckingham nearly hauled it in. You got the feeling if he did, the Seahawks would be scoring already.
Yeah, and for a while I've been waiting for the Wiseman brother, Buckingham brother connection, and we almost got it. Just the show of the ball, marshaling the troops, has an opportunity with the space behind, goes for the kick, gets knocked off his course just a bit, and James Buckingham with a great chance to gather the ball and really solidify the team. But unfortunately couldn't grab it, and that sends us into halftime.
22-5. UNC Wilmington up over Grand Valley State in the 29-5. Sorry, correction. In this bronze medal match. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes.
In a sport of power and precision, you need a powerful and precise camera. Analyze your game. Build your team. Grow together.
Ready, up.
Video captures moments. A powerful camera for a powerful sport.
Rugby!
Consistency on three. 1, 2, 3.
Hello and welcome back to the College Rugby Show. The fall season is upon us. We have a brand new division, now 4 men's divisions, 4 women's divisions. We've had that in 7s. We're going to be coming to you once every other week here in this video podcast form.
I'm excited for a season of telling college rugby's best stories.
We deserve to be here. We're going to keep, representing.
That was, to me, the biggest testament for the future of the game.
Five on the Lakers right now. Looking like some hardware maybe going back to North Carolina with the Seahawks.
Yeah, and they've done such a good job offensively, making the most of their breaks. Gave up a defensive lapse against a very strong runner for Grand Valley, but all in all, UNC Wilmington has a lot to be proud of. Got to finish the job. This Grand Valley team is definitely going to continue to fight throughout this last 40 minutes.
The win will be at UNC Wilmington's back this half. Grand Valley State gets ready to kick us off. It's Augustus Ripple going to take the kick. Junior from Rockford High School. And a great take from the Lakers. They got some offense right away. That's Aiden Riley. But somehow the Seahawks get it back. Ship it wide in the wind. No connection, but the fullback kicks it ahead, scoops it up. A great bit of skill. Kyle Irwin. And Irwin now lone man in that ruck. Oh, just knocked on there by Marshall Wiseman, the out pass. Sam and Marshall doing a little Freaky Friday. Usually it's Marshall doing the out pass to Sam. This time it was the reverse. Ends up in a knock-on.
Yeah, and you can see how the wind caught the ball before that break. Swirling through the air, got pushed a bit. Amazing presence of mind from Kyle Irwin to get his foot on the ball and keep it moving forward. But just crazy how much the elements are affecting this match. I mean, look at the background and all the hoodies and warm weather clothing you see.
I don't think the merch tent has any hoodies left, and if they do, they won't by the end of the day. Big tackle there from Wilmington. Grand Valley trying to find some space, but patience and Buckingham. Buckingham with a huge counter ruck. Ball just taking a little bit too much time to get out of the ruck here for the Lakers. It's Race Hudson on the wing. And Crum finds Riley, who finds a half gap and maybe a high tackle penalty advantage. Move Kuzmierski to scrum half, his normal position for this second half. See if they can make things operate a little better. Skip pass unintentionally, I think, out to the wing. Makes a couple of would-be tacklers miss. Grand Valley State's really got to shore up the breakdown. They are getting counter-rucked to death, and it's a turnover to the Seahawks. Wiseman to Wiseman. To Buckingham in the middle of the field, stepping one defender, getting a fend out. Now Sam Wiseman serving from deck to Marshall, who hauls it in this time. But Bennis Rusmusel could not haul it in, and we've got a turnover here to Grand Valley State. Crum tried to catch it, couldn't bring it in. Looked like a behind-the-head, like, Pistol Pete pass to Riley, but I think they're going to call it a knock-on.
Yeah, and one rugby out here, able to distribute the ball. No look, wrap around, head pass, but unfortunately, just a tad forward. And it looks like we have a player down.
That we do. And it's Rusmusel, the reserve prop. Took a hit as he was trying to haul that pass in. You're giving me inspiration here, Lance. NCR mixtape. I think we need to do it.
It's time. I think it's time. I think it's time. It's too many good moves, too many good tries I've seen this weekend. Absolutely.
Many backwards kicks as we've had. We got a bloopers reel for sure.
Oh, and the wind didn't help at all. The wind absolutely is going to have its own section of blooper reel. You know, gone with the wind.
Just look, I don't know what that flag is over there on the sideline, but it is whipping hard. Got a scrum here. It's UNC Wilmington. First, I think it's Kuzmierski's ball. Never mind. So Grand Valley State. Scrum looks a lot better for the Lakers with 8 men in it. Big tackle there from Wiseman. 2 in a row. And putting pressure on the out pass. You don't see that kind of defensive work rate from a fly half all that often. This big unit coming off the bench is Jordan Malone. 6'3", 260, and he is a load. Eden Riley taking 3 Seahawk defenders. Zua with the quick hands, bounce pass out, but they're under pressure. And a great scoop and score. I think that was Kerry Cortez, the outside center for UNC Wilmington. Great heads-up play.
Yeah, and just defensive pressure. Grand Valley not showing a lot of depth off those attacking phases and is allowing this UNC W side to press from edge to edge. Every time the ball moves out of the ruck, there's at least one defender flashing through, and that pressure just added to essentially Grand Valley being pushed back further and further. As you can see, they set up to get the pass out, and that pass goes to ground. And instead of setting up here, they try to make another pass, which unfortunately is out of the back, and just too many swarming Seahawks to stop them. And the Lakers giving up unfortunate points at a very inopportune time.
Sometimes you just got to take a tackle, even if it's, a negative gain for you, so you can reset that offside line. But if there's no tackle, there's no ruck, there's no offside line. So in that scenario, Grand Valley State's passed it about 3 times, about 25 meters backwards, and Wilmington's defensive line was able to just sprint up and take all that space. It just did not work out. Sometimes you just got to set that offside line and make that defense stop a little bit. Either way, we got Wilmington up 36-5 here in the D2 bronze medal match. Sorry, Lance.
No, it's just you just don't want to give a team that much confidence knowing that defensive strategy works so well. Now you're going to be dealing with pressure for the rest of this match.
And here come the Lakers with the kickoff. Let's see if they can steal it like the last one. They do, but tackled into touch. A quick line out from Wilmington. Marshall Wiseman bounces off a couple of Lakers, finds some space. No one can bring him down. Finally they do, but Wilmington on the attack. Box kick from Wiseman. Patience with the impatient chase. A little bit of challenge, maybe playing the man on that contest.
Intentional.
The referees are
it
going
looked
to
like a
confer
knock
and
on.
see what the heck happened.
Yeah, that can be an intentional knock on for a penalty try. Because outside of that infraction, they had an opportunity to score. It's probably been one of the better ones this year. Looked onside on the catch, high bounce, and now it's a jump ball, and just using that left hand to swipe the ball away. Essentially,
it's over the back all day and on the hardwood.
Yeah, you got to box out on those, get the rebound. But what just athletic ability to get up. Unfortunately, you can't hit the ball that way. And it looks like we might be going to a penalty try here.
Kicking
means
wasn't
there will be
even
a yellow
an option
card.
for
Yep.
Wilmington in the first half because of that crazy win.
Yeah.
And now they pull out a box kick in the attack, tails up, and it turns into a penalty try and another yellow card for Grand Valley State.
Yeah, and just not the right moment to compound the issues. They had that synced up from the schoolyard, from the practice field, able to conversate that telepathy. And once the ball was in the air, it looked like Grand Valley might be giving up points, but the valiant defensive effort from Tyler Costello would have been perfect if not for hitting the ball forward relative to his team. And unfortunately, that's a 7-pointer. Easy does it.
The Grand Valley State kicking off here with 14 men to UNC Wilmington. John McAllister bringing in the attention of 4 Lakers. Oh, it's James Buckingham, I think, this time getting on the loose. Over to Marshall. And now Sam's going to pull the out pass here. McAllister again, going forward every time he touches the ball. Offload to Bennett Rasmussen. He does his job, gets the ball back. And Sam Wiseman pokes through a kick just as he's absorbing a hit. And there's Race on the wing getting tackled by Buckingham. Great pressure at the ruck by UNC Wilmington. It is all downhill for the Seahawks right now.
Again, it looks like the Seahawks ripped the ball away but lost it as they gathered it, and now it'll be a scrum down to Grand Valley. And the pressure there almost added points. It looked like it would have been points, or at bare minimum pushed this Lakers offense back into his own try zone.
Absolutely relentless pressure from UNC Wilmington, whether they're in defense, in the set piece, or in attack. The Seahawks want this one. Bronze medal, that would be a good little trophy in the cabinet for the Southern Conference champs. Defending Sevens national champs, UNC Wilmington won the CRC in the spring. Marshall Wiseman, the MVP of that one. Got to be a special moment.
I mean, you add that to being in the semifinals, on the verge of completing that double-double. UNC Wilmington had an opportunity in that game, faced a very strong side, but unfortunately couldn't get it done against Vermont. And now they find themselves here just showing they deserve.
Yeah, just that Vermont and UNC Wilmington, it's got everybody's attention on Friday. Fans from all the teams here, regardless of division, we're talking about how physical that match was between Vermont and Wilmington. And I got to think it took something out of these guys, but I'm impressed the Seahawks have this much juice after that thing.
Yeah, they definitely are playing fast and physical through the first half and continuing to the second. That high tackle there, glad that wasn't a card, but it looks like one of those half warnings. That player needs to keep his tackles lower. He'll find himself off the pitch. But yeah, that Friday match, semifinal match, was one of the games of the weekend. Both teams definitely showing up. It was very competitive all the way throughout. I don't think the score line 22-11 going against UNCW really shows how competitive that match was.
No, it was a one-score game right until the very end, until that coach's challenge in the 80th minute. It is tough to kick in this wind. It's tough to throw in this wind, and Grand Valley State couldn't do either very well, so it's going to be a scrum here to Wilmington. Fun fact, Lance, a little bit later, these teams are going to be participating in a drop goal contest at halftime of the Division II National Final. Pretty pumped about that. Zach Lanning will be coaching UNC Wilmington's drop kick team. Darian Lovelace will be coaching Grand Valley State's. So even if the Lakers lose, they got a shot at a dub before they leave this weekend.
I don't know if Darian's teaching you how to drop kick. you might have a shot to win. You might have a shot to take it off. I don't know. I gotta see Zach's ability to put the ball on the ground and put it into the air. I don't know. Do he got a leg on him?
I don't think either. Nobody here really does. Darian was known as like this violent tackler and physical flanker, and she won't let us she won't kick on camera.
Oh, well, fun
So
fact.
I think
she
it
started
may
as a
actually be
fullback.
fairly even match here.
She started as a backline player. Just
We got-
a fun fact for you.
There you go. Hey, move to the front row by Adge McGinty because she couldn't kick. But now we've got UNC Wilmington on the move. Sam Wiseman trying to offload from the deck. Grand Valley State steals it, but we got a penalty advantage on, and the Seahawks are going to have a great opportunity to score yet another try. Maxton Buckingham racing over, looking like he wants to run it himself. The referee wasn't ready, though, so we'll come back and reload. Maybe this time Wilmington will shape up a play. Second layer of attack. It's Maxton Buckingham. Surprise, surprise. Grand Valley being backed up that offside line by the referee. It's been a problem for them all day. Remington Roderick with a big carry, the tight head prop. Wiseman out to Kyle Irwin, the fullback, out to Patience, his second try of the game. Just a lazy dive over.
Just a walk in a park, a patient bit of reaching out. But I mean, just continue excellence from this side. Able to just showcase what they can do. No, nothing too serious. Able to get it to the space and just find the try zone. Big heavy carries in the middle of the field, starting off, led by, of course, some of the names we've been naming throughout the match. Irwin looks like he was going to drive his legs and take it all the way. And Aiden Reddick able to finish. 16 on the jersey, it says. And that's his second try today, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, that's Patience's second score of the day.
Patience, okay. Patience second try. Just a patient dive into the try line. No need to rush it. Just take your time and get the 5. And just a ceremonious score. And as his score line, that's just showing the relentless pressure they brought defensively and how it leads to points.
Daniel Marsh nails the conversion to add 2 more. We're at 50-5 here with about half an hour to play in the bronze medal match in men's Division II. Give you an update. Men's D3 final. We got Franciscan up 19-12 over Slippery Rock. They got about 20 minutes to go in that game. Get ready to kick off again here. Grand Valley State, the Lakers got to find some momentum. They're going against the wind this half. And that kickoff shows you that it's pretty strong. Doesn't go 10, so UNC Wilmington has an option. They're going to take a scrum center, it looks like. The Wiseman brothers had to confer on that decision, so it will be a scrum to the Seahawks. This is a tough set piece to defend, as we said earlier, Lance.
It is. Center scrums are so... It's just too many directions the attack can go. You always are going to have an imbalance as far as numbers go. You have to make sure your loose forwards, your flanker, 8-man, are so ready to disattach and put pressure from the inside out. It just takes a coordinated team effort to stop these center scrums against a well-oiled, well-worked team.
Wilmington wins that scrum comfortably. Kyle Irwin with the carry. Maxton Buckingham with the carry. Marshall Wiseman looks right, sees Patience, shakes off that option. finds his second rower who charges forward for an extra 10 meters. Buckingham evades a tackler but loses the ball in the process, and Grand Valley State now on offense. Big carry from Kairos Norman. We talked about him in the first half. We're going to come back. We got a couple of injuries. 2 men down, 1 on each team here in Houston. Grand Valley State still at a man disadvantage as their second yellow card is ticking a few seconds away. You really hate to see anybody get hurt, especially hurt seriously in a consolation game, Lance.
Yeah, and the last thing you want, especially if we're talking late in the season, preparing for 15s, this game being so wrapped around pride and just representing your year fully and complete. And, you know, at the last possible moment, some of the naggles from Friday being re-aggravated and the season long of just work is something you definitely don't want to see. You know, we still have 7s. I need every player 100% so that when 7th season kicks off, everyone's ready and roaring to go. We can have an amazing spring 7s like we're used to.
Well, Reinhard Stipp, if he can get healthy and be available for Grand Valley State in the 7th season, the Lakers are going to be a factor in the CRC in April. He came over to Grand Valley State on a track scholarship. He could have stayed in South Africa, played professional rugby, and now he's playing Division II ball, was absolutely carving up Chicago on Friday. Took a back injury. That guy on the 7th pitch, I don't see too many people being able to bottle him up.
I mean, Friday, many people couldn't bottom him up either. So in 15s, he's dangerous with a little space. You give him a lot more, and we're talking lights out.
If he doesn't win this D2 National Player of the Year, for which he's a finalist, 7s, I think, has got to be on the table.
Yeah, and it definitely should be. And, I mean, that has a lot to do with this match as well. He orchestrated so much during the course of the first part of the game that he was in. They really needed that stability, and unfortunately, it's kind of showing itself today as well.
Grand Valley State able to win the scrum, off to the races. Good pressure, though, from Wilmington. Just every outpass by the Lakers is pressured. Every catch is pressured. Really impressed by Wilmington's mental toughness and mindfulness on a Sunday consolation game. Zua fighting for the hard yards, spinning and dragging some Seahawks with him. But a huge counter ruck from Wilmington. That was Bennett Rasmussen putting his weight to work. And John McAllister scooping and putting the Wilmington Seahawks on offense. Looks like hands in the ruck against Grand Valley State. So Wilmington going to have a penalty here with the wind at their back.
Yeah, and now it's time to really put your foot in this. See how far close to that touchline you can get, or to the try zone you can get. Unfortunately, put it too far into the try zone and out. Yeah, into the try zone and out. So they have options: 22 dropout or from where the kick was originally. Looks like they're going to take the scrum for where the kick happened. But the wind is just so
Field
effective.
Position, especially with this wind, you got to take it.
Yeah. And you can't fault them for going for broke. I mean, the scoreline says you can risk a little bit more. You can push to those edges and limits. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
Grand Valley State making some changes here. Trevor Anderson coming on, the first year, second row. Journalism major. You got to talk to Zach Lanning of the College Rugby Show. His full-time job, print newspaper journalist in 2025.
Really?
I know, unbelievable. They still print words on paper and sell them.
Extra, read all about it.
Scrum here to Grand Valley State. The Lakers trying to find any hope, any light at the end of the tunnel here in the second half, going against the wind. some good ball movement. And here's Buckingham, the counter-rucking machine, trying to get another turnover. The Lakers retain it, and it's Aiden Riley resetting that offside line. Josh Jenkins coming off the bench with a big carry for Grand Valley State, earning a penalty at the breakdown. It's always interesting how some of these teams approach these games. It looks like Grand Valley State wanted to get some experience to some younger players, maybe rest some of their older players. And we're seeing some of those starters here in the second half. Aiden Riley getting some yards. It's Jordan Malone. Gets an offload away, and now Grand Valley State has some phases, has some positive yardage. Great line speed from Wilmington, but the Lakers are able to get the ball out to Riley. And he gets it to Drew Bain, who gets it away, keeps it alive. Got Kuzmierski and Bain on the left. They choose to go right. Out pass is too hot to handle, and Buckingham scoops it. He trying to get a clean pair of heels. He's caught, but they keep the ball moving forward. Marshall Wiseman digs it out, finds Roderick. Quick ball this time from the Seahawks. Out to Sam Wiseman, brother to the try zone. Another try for the Seahawks, Lance.
Yeah, and just their ability to manipulate space. This time it was Sam. Early in the day, we seen Marshall getting in his breaks. But just the way that they manipulate space, 2 hands on the ball, really threatening that pass, getting it out to the touchline, and it's just manipulating the defense. And from there, he let his legs do the work. And, I mean, this carry right here, boom, bringing in 2 defenders, 2.5, and they had to work so hard to get around. There's too many late Grand Valley players. And from there, he made his decision, put a fend on one and shrugged off the other. And the wise man once said, try time.
It's fantastic to watch the brother-to-brother connection out here. I mean, obviously, those guys are on a different level in terms of their unspoken communication. Then you have the Buckinghams who are doing the same thing. They're both also sons of coaches. So there's just so much rugby IQ out on that field. It's almost like you have the extension of the coaches on the pitch, and they're able to play so quickly because of it.
Yeah, I mean, 2 in the forward pack and then 2 in the back line, especially in the leadership of your back line. It keep your offense so well oiled, because when you're done with the games and you're done with practice, there's that additional conversation. So the additional nitpicks and moments that you kind of correct things, and the years of working together, it's really worked out for this Wilmington side to get to this point in the season.
And what an incredible experience it must be for the coaches, too. I mean, the dads to be able to coach their sons together at the same time. Very awesome. Knock on here from Grand Valley State. So we'll have a scrum to Wilmington as we enter the 4th quarter of this bronze medal match in men's D2. In the men's Division III final, we got the Barons up 19-17 over Slippery Rock. A 2-point game, 15 minutes left. It's a fantastic instant classic. After you're done with this one, you might zip over and get caught up on it. Bounce pass from Wiseman to Wiseman. Sam scoops it up. Moves the ball forward. We got Carey with the ball. He gets tackled by 3 Lakers at the same time. Big tackle behind the gain line for Grand Valley State. Crum eats a bump from Buckingham. Box kick from Wiseman. Gets over the head of Grand Valley State. They finally pull it in, but they're under pressure. Lots of Seahawks down there and not a lot of support. A panic kick down the middle of the field. Plenty of Seahawks back there to field it. It's the prop. Roderick wanted to go coast to coast. Wins the run it straight challenge. Wilmington has a penalty advantage. It looks like not rolling away in the breakdown from Jordan Malone. He did a great job to get in the face of UNC Wilmington on back-to-back tackles, but you got to roll away. The Sir said, I've had enough. He's giving him a real lecturing, it looks like.
Yeah, he just wanted to have control of the match. It looked like they were having a little bit of extracurricular shoving. I don't know from who to who, but in the bottom of that ruck, it was a little bit of extraness, and he just wanted to get a control of it now. No cards, just a conversation for now. And it's a proper call. Not rolling away. You got to get out of there. He didn't, and it added to it. So good job by the ref to have control.
Daniel Marsh calls for the post. That's a good, I love that call. You got a good demanding lead here. Let's milk some time off the clock. Take some of the vinegar out of this match. It's just a consolation game. Everybody needs to go home safe. Didn't even need the tee in the first half, Lance, because the wind was so bad. Wilmington breaking it out here.
Yeah, and this is the perfect time to use it. I mean, they've been pushing the kicks as far as going to touch. Now is the time to push to 60.
It is up. It is good. Seahawks 60. Lakers 5. D3 update. Franciscan scored. They're up 26-17. A little over 10 minutes left. Get ready for the kickoff here. Grand Valley State has done well to contest the last few restarts. And they smother the catch again. So we've got some substitutions here rolling in for Wilmington. Marshall Wiseman is out. Constantine First Mansrife is in. Grand Valley State towing and going. Aiden Riley, the number 8 and captain. Shifted it out to Bain, one of their better playmakers. He just hasn't gotten enough ball this game. Carries it into contact. Josh Jenkins with the run. Been calling his name all day. Kairos Norman trying to get his second score, and he's gonna. Leaving an absolute bevy of Seahawks in his wake.
Yeah, and again, just showcasing his individual skill. Had the line break with multiple defenders having a shot to take him down. 1, 2, 3, spin move and outrunning a few. 4 or 5 defenders with a clear shot to bring him down. And he just had too much, too strong, too fast. And he gives Grand Valley a second.
Broke his AirPods at the elevator at the hotel the other day, and he broke about 100 tackles on that run to get a score. Consolation
he's
prize
been angry.
in the consolation game for Kairos Norman.
Yeah, he's upset about the AirPods. He's taking it out on defenders left and right here.
Grand Valley State tacking on an extra 2. Don't call it a comeback, but it could be. 60-12 here.
I mean, one step at a time. One step at a time. 5 points at a time.
Great seasons for both of these programs. John Mullet's done a great job there at Grand Valley State. Been coaching forever. You ever heard of Justin Hickey, head coach of Notre Dame, or Scott Lawrence, the United States national team head coach? John Mullet coached them.
And both of those guys coached me.
There you go. Great take there from Wilmington. Grand Valley State tried to rip it back, but we have a knock on, and it will be a Seahawk scrum. Tons of changes now. We've got the benches cleared for both teams. Constantine First Mansrife from Apex, North Carolina, putting this one in. Still keeping Sam Wiseman in. Still keeping Daniel Marsh in at 12. Sam finds an out pass. Yair Villalobos, the hooker, coming on. Maxton Buckingham charging forward, taking 3 tacklers per usual. And First Mansrife couldn't pick up that ball from the base of the ruck, so Grand Valley State has a turnover. They're playing their knock-on advantage. Is it still on? The Lakers are wrestling to keep the ball like it's not, and they're out of bounds. It's either going to be a Seahawk. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Seahawk line out.
Yeah, and I thought that the knock-on advantage might have been over just a bit. But immediately, once they got the ball to the edge, it looked like advantage was played. And just this swarming defense that continues from Wilmington, they've shown so much confidence in pushing that defensive line with great pace, and they've just been shutting the door on Grand Valley no matter what they do, left or right, center of the field. Outside of a few individual runs, this Wilmington's defense has been swarming.
Yeah, Wilmington absolutely relentless, no room to breathe, suffocating Grand Valley State in every phase of the game.
I mean, heat-seeking Seahawks is what I've saw. What I would name them today. After the way that they've chased after the ball, heat-seeking Seahawks have absolutely fired off of that defensive line and been shutting the door on Grand Valley.
Kuzmierski advocating for something. As we get ready to reset with a line out in this bronze medal match. Villalobos with his first line out throw of the game. Grand Valley State got to match numbers. Good steal by Aiden Riley. Kuzmierski scoops up the loose ball, and it's Laker possession. Hard carry there, but ball lost forward and a penalty advantage. So the Lakers will retain possession. Looks like offsides there against Wilmington. Grand Valley finds touch against this brutal wind. It's a great kick. James Buckingham got the one-man lift in the front. He wants to steal this thing. Doesn't have to. Grand Valley State gives it to him with a bad throw, and the Seahawks are on attack again. Buckingham. Like a knife through butter. Wiseman to Cortez. Cortez is going to do it himself this time. Beating a man in the try zone so he can score under the post for the easy extras.
And just
Great
an
play
absolute,
here by Kerry Cortez.
Yeah, just class
Take it
getting
away,
through.
Lance.
I mean, they find the ball to space, and he looked like he was shot out of a rocket. The minute he got the ball, he was able to take everything and everyone to the try zone. Great half break, which set everything up. And that skip pass right there, Grand Valley approaching defensively a little bit too hasty, not covering all their spaces. And then the presence of mind to make sure he centers it, gets to try down right under the sticks. And I mean, everything's working for him. The half break opened the door for that on the back end.
Absolutely. The hard charging forwards for Wilmington, creating a lot of space and opportunities for the backs out wide. That's been the story of the season, the story of this bronze medal match, as the Seahawks take a commanding 67-12 lead late here.
Yeah, with right around 10 minutes to go, your season is winding to an end. You're 15 years, so much to be proud of. Grand Valley, a few seniors on this team who just want to give this last good showing and make sure they go out, if not on top, hard fighting and courageous.
What a take there by Trevor Anderson. He just came on a couple minutes ago. I'm not sure what the penalty was. Looked like a great win on the restart. Buckingham with the offload. First man's right out to Wiseman. Couldn't find hands. Got a bounce pass. Keeps possession. Box kick from first man's right down the middle of the field. But it's knocked on by the Lakers. A huge win there by Wilmington.
Yeah, and this is where that win and these elements can really affect everything that you do. They're going to the kick. I mean, with the score line like it is, push the ball down the field, play on that other side, and it's forcing unforced errors from this Grand Valley side.
Got a scrum here to Wilmington. Everybody looking to pad the stats. Buckingham could use another try on his season total. Now got Noah Williams, the 5'6" prop out of North Row in high school at the back of the scrum for UNC Wilmington. Going to have a free kick for, it looks like an early push potentially, and it's Maxton Buckingham looking to pad his stats, as I just mentioned. Still moving forward, finally taken down to the ground. Seahawks trying to avoid that white line fever, and they get it across the line. It is Robert Van Pelt, the loose head prop from Georgetown, Delaware, with the score.
Yeah, and Van Pelt the try zone so close, and he slid under and dove under. And it looks like the referee didn't have a proper position. The other side looked like the assistant referee might have had a better vantage point. But again, this carry right here, refusing to go down, multiple defenders, and it created circumstances for this easy pick and go. And once he hit the floor, he was in the try zone. No way to stop that.
Just burrowing down. No space between the ground and the ball, or the ball in his chest. Great score for Wilmington.
Penalty awarded to
Conversion nailed. That's way to get in the scorebook. Hits the conversion, waves the crowd. He's psyched.
Yeah, you got to enjoy these moments. You came all the way to Houston, have a little fun. And when you score some points, wave to the camera. We love to see it.
Rugby is all about the fun. That's why we're here. Knock on by Wilmington and Grand Valley State. Looking to have a little bit more fun before this one's over. Kuzmierski back at 9. Kairos Norman running like a man possessed today. Crum, good skills from the lock.
Ooh.
Shifts it out to Race Hudson, who finishes it off in the corner. I think that's going to be a score, maybe a coach's challenge. Did he get out of bounds?
I think his reaction to immediately gather the ball after putting it down, showing that he might not have grounded it cleanly. And I mean, after an absolute skill fest from Grand Valley, the carry by Norman, again, showing that he wants this third for the day. But this pass right here, not one Crum missing, because Crum whips a absolute laser skip pass to the edge.
What a great bit of skill there from the lock. And that's going to do it. UNC Wilmington taking the bronze medal match, finishing third in men's Division II, the entire country, winning 69-12 over Grand Valley State, Lance.
Yeah, and just an absolute great performance by Wilmington. Grand Valley shown a lot throughout this match. Had a little bit of cohesion issues, dropping the ball in the last bit of some of their build-up play. But Wilmington just making the most of all the mistakes from Grand Valley. And score line showing a big difference, but this game was hard fought by both sides.
Absolutely, and a great season for both teams. To get this far, Final Four season, what a great run. Lance, talk us through some of these highlights from the game.
Yeah, so earlier we had UNC Wilmington putting together so much positive play, hard charging runs. If there was a missed tackle, Wilmington found a way to capitalize on it. That is Wiseman, Marshall Wiseman, the junior. Him and his brother organized and led this team beautifully throughout this match. Sam Wiseman scoring later in the match, putting together a bit of team play and finishing it off. And it just was a connection between everyone. Right here, hard charging run by Roderick. So close, pushing multiple defenders around. And all it took was Wiseman to move the ball to Irwin. Irwin showing his class and showing that patience is a virtue. Diving in the score. It's just a great bit of team play. Not a whole lot of individual moments for this Wellington side. It's just a bunch of guys working together, doing their job. And here's the one where Wiseman slides through, fends off a defender, and goes in to score. Just well-worked tries by this team. Well-deserving to be in this moment. Top 3 finish in the nation is nothing to joke at, nothing to laugh at. And they have a lot to be proud of. Congratulations to Jim Wiseman, the coach, his sons, and the rest of the coaching staff.
All right, guys, that's been it. It's been great season. Men's Division II, your third place winners, UNC Wilmington, 69-12 over Grand Valley State. Click on over on NCR TV and watch the Men's Division II final next. That's it for me and Lance Cavanaugh. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, fellas. Sorry, I kept talking over you, Lance. My brain's melting. Appreciate you, my man. All right, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you. You too, dude.